Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So today, I'm actually doing a book haul. I said it last year, if you weren't here by then, I decided to stop recording book hauls because honestly, I wasn't really buying that many books, so it felt very unnecessary. I also felt like I was talking about the same books over and over again. So since almost a year I haven't done a book haul, I have been buying books, but barely any. Honestly, like the only books that I have consistently buy have been the Cradle series by Will White because I needed them. But these ones that I'm going to show you were either from my birthday, Christmas, or because they were like really cheap at the moment. But other than that, I just really haven't been buying books, okay? Without further ado, let's just get started because I have two stocks. I'm just going to talk about the ones that I have physically, honestly, because I do have some ebooks, a lot of ebooks actually. I've been really buying ebooks lately. And I have a lot of ARCs too, but I'm just not going to talk about the ones that I have, like, that are not physical, because we'll talk about them soon enough. So let's just start with this one, because why not? The Jasmine Throne, but that's just story. Honestly, I have no idea what this one is about. But I've heard a lot of my friends really liking this one. Apparently, I do believe that it has some political intrigue, if I remember correctly. Yeah. We have like this dual POV, a princess craving vengeance, and then this other character. Something like that. But I've seen many of my friends really liking this one. But yeah, I saw it and I've been really excited to read it, so I decided to grab it. But yeah, The Jasmine Throne, I'm really excited about this one, honestly. I've heard about her other series, Empire of Sin. I think it's the first book. Really interested since then. But yeah, I actually think this one is adult and the other one was YA. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Then I have West Tide by Chen Qiufan. I hope so. But on a whim, this was like so stupid. But I decided to start buying every single book that Ken Liu has translated. So here I am, just on that road now. But honestly, I just noticed that some of them, like most of them, are science fiction. But yeah, apparently this one follows like Mimi. She's a waste collector or something like that, waste worker. Waste is just like everywhere now. And they are like at the mercy of this gang. They have to decide if they're going to just stay in or fight. It sounds good. I do have to say that I've seen very low ratings about this one. I love this cover. So I'm still really excited to read it. And I'm always up for some good dystopia, honestly. Then I got the sequel to Upon a Burning Throne. This is A Dark Queen Rises by Ashok Bunker. I said it right this time. Mad because the first one I have on hardback, which I don't usually buy. Like, I know I don't buy like hardcovers, but now here we are. And this one only came out in paperback. A little bit, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fucking mad about that. But still, I love the first book. It's basically about a fight between these two brothers inheriting this kingdom and another girl that shows up and she's just like, I'm the rightful heir. And she's the daughter of a demon. It's so complicated and convoluted, but if you like a bit of a dark fantasy, gods meddling with humans, also political intrigue, you're going to really like this series. But yeah, I really need to read book 2. I've heard that it's not as good as book 1, but still. Then I have this Hand of the Sun King by J.T. Greathouse, which I've heard incredible things about, but honestly, I cannot tell you what this one is about. I just bought it because I saw a great review of it and I was just like, okay, I'll get it. But yeah, apparently it's about this guy whose mother and father actually stand on very opposite sides about this empire, and now he has to choose like a path. One is like filled with magic, the other one's just about protecting the ones he loves. It sounds really good. I'm really excited about this one. Then I talked about this one in my TBR because I'm reading it this month, but this is Far From the Light of Heaven by Tate Thompson, which is the same author as Rosewater. I didn't love that book, but I'm very excited to read this one, honestly. It's also sci-fi, but it's actually set on a ship. The crew wakes up, but some of the capsules don't work because they have been sabotaged, so they have to find the culprit. Sounds great. Honestly, sounds great. Like, I really want to read it this month. Then I have The Desert Prince. I think that I have not showed this copy, honestly. But this is the continuation of The Demon Cycle, which came out so many years ago. But now we have like a sequel series. This is the first one. This is by Peter P. Brett. I love The Demon Cycle. It's one of my favorite series of all time. It's dark fantasy. It's super good. I know that a lot of people don't like it, but I just love it so much. So I'm a bit stressed about this book because I just don't really like sequel series. Like, if they are like planned ahead, like, yeah, I'm going to make this sequel series right after I finish this. Like, for example, with Cinda Williams Chima, Shared Universe, amazing. This idea, years later, I'm not really on board with, but I'm still going to read it. It also follows, like, I think the children of the characters from the first book. I'm excited, okay? I'm excited, but I'm also very afraid, like super afraid. Then I have Frontera Oscura by Sabino Cabeza. I got this for my birthday, basically. This is a sci-fi, originally written in Spanish, which makes me super excited because I don't think there's enough SFF in Spanish anymore, like in general. This is basically about a ship that is on a mission to collect data from a wormhole or a black hole. I think it's a black hole. And then an unidentified ship shows up and where shit starts happening. Sounds fucking great, honestly, like right up on my alley, so I'm super excited. Because we're talking about books in Spanish. Hero Born, this is the Spanish edition by Yin Yong. I'm really excited for this one, honestly. I know that's my sentence for today, I'm just stuck in, I'm so excited. But I've heard many mixed things about this book. From it being really boring to this is fantastic. So I'm very torn, but I really want to read it, honestly. Like, I've been really craving reading this one, and my stepmother got this one for me for my birthday, so I'm really excited. I'm sorry, that one was on purpose. Then my mother spoiled me and got me The Girl with All the Gifts. There's so much dusk going on in here. But I've actually never read the book. I have watched the movie. It's one of my favorite movies, zombie movies of all time, just super good. But I'm quite interested in actually reading the book. I know that it also has a sequel, but yeah, as I told you, I've never read them. I actually had no idea that it was actually based on a book. So bad on my part. But yeah, I'm quite excited. It's basically about a girl that kinda resisted the zombie virus, and she's now like the cure, to say it's something. It's very weird, like sounds weird, I know, but yeah, I just really want to read it. Then The Liar's Knot by M.A. Carey. Carrick, sorry. This is the sequel to The Mask of Mirrors, which I read last year and loved it. The first one followed this girl and her sister. They basically started passing for this noble family. They kind of infiltrate court and such. It's super cool. The first one is a little bit convoluted, honestly, but it's so good. And so many levels. What a good surprise. Like, amazing. But yeah, the sequel came out a couple of months ago, but now the audiobook is actually out. I'll probably be listening to it soon because the audiobook is great. And I'm just so happy that I finally got this. I really cannot wait to read it. As I was telling you, translated books. I can live. This is Vagabonds by Hao Jingfang. I've been quite interested in this book for a long time. I remember seeing my friend Tammy reading it. I don't remember if she actually liked it or she DNF'd it. I'm not sure, but I'm really curious about it. It's also sci-fi. Had no idea what it's about, honestly, but I was just like, okay, I'll grab it. So yeah, I'll probably read it soon. I've been thinking about this book a lot lately. Though I have to say that for what I understand, it's actually pretty slow. So probably not the best time to read it, but still, I'm just like, I want to read this soon. Then The Quantum Magician by Derek Kunskin. I have read his other book, The House of Sticks, recently, and I've been really wanting to read his previous series, though I have to say that I didn't know it was about a heist. I hate heist stories. I don't know why, but just, I love the type of, the thief type of character, but I just hate theft stories. I have no idea, but it's just, it bothers me a bit, but still, I'm very excited for this one. I have started reading it, but I had to stop because I had to prioritize other books, but I will be back with it very soon. I did really like The House of Sticks. It's very hard sci-fi, so I think I'm going to actually like this one, even though I'm a bit bummed about it being a heist story. But I'll work with it. Then I have The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. I don't know what it was that drew me into this book, but one day I was just like, you know what? This sounds good. So I just got it. But yeah, basically it's about this guy that is actually like, I don't know if he's possessed, but he said that he's the vessel of this god and he's trying to conquer this city. I don't know, I just love, I love conquering cities. Stories about conquerors, especially if this is about one particular city. Love that trope. Like in City of Lies, that book is so good. But yeah, contrary to the high stories, I actually love this type of book. So I have like really high hopes for this one. I've heard great things about it and about its sequel, that I also read that the sequel is darker than the first book. So I really hope like it's leaning more towards dark fantasy, honestly, because I'm in such a like, I've been loving dark fantasy lately. So yeah, this is Synopticon, and this is a collection of Chinese science fiction short stories that I just really want to read. I actually requested this one from Rebellion. I really want to read it soon because I think it's going to be fucking great. But the only thing that I would really like to know if it actually has an audiobook. I have to search it because I just hate reading short stories physically. Have no idea why, but I just hate it with the passion. So yeah, I'll check that one out. If not, I'll of course read it physically, but I will just read one, then stop, read one, then stop. But yeah, I'm really interested in this companion. I just love Asian science fiction in general. Like, it's so over the top, like so cool. But yeah, I'm super excited. Then my friends got me The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu. That's so difficult. It has a fucking secret that I actually hate and I should probably take out, but I'm just too much of a chicken to actually do it and just get the glue in there. I know that the blow dryer thing works, but the last time that I did that, it didn't work and I kind of messed up one of my comics, so I'm not doing that. But yeah, I honestly have no idea what this book is about. I just had it like on my wish list and I was just like, okay. But for what I actually remember, you're going to follow this girl and she has like the ability to talk to ghosts or something like that. So she starts unraveling like these secrets. I don't know, it sounds really good. I remember really being into the synopsis at the time. So yeah, it's also like a signed edition, which I had no fucking clue and they didn't have a clue neither. We're just like, oh, it's actually signed. So yeah, I really want to read this one soon. I might read it this month, honestly. I've been thinking about it a lot. Then I have here Murder in Absentia by Asaf Meher. Probably Meher. But I've owned this one for a bit. Got this for my birthday, if I remember correctly. It was a gift. But if I remember, this was actually a Romanesque inspired, like it's a murder mystery set on the Roman Empire, but I also believe that it has fantasy elements like magic. I'm so excited for this one. Like, since I've got it, I was just like, okay, I have to read this, and I hope that I can do it soon because I haven't been really like having the time to physically read. But I'm super excited about this one. Like, I just want to read so badly. I also got a physical copy of I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I had to for what my like aunt told me, there wasn't like a normal cover available. It had to be like the film adaptation, which bothers me a little bit because I didn't really like the adaptation, but at the same time I really wanted a physical copy of this book because I really love it. So I'm super happy that I have it finally. I could try and explain you this book, but like I just don't even know what it's about. It's about a couple that is visiting his parents' house. That's it. Yes, I got Illborn. Everyone has been talking about this book by Daniel Jackson. I'm just letting myself go with this. I have no idea if I'm actually going to like this, and I have no idea about what this book is about. But I've heard so many good things about this book. In general, doesn't matter who, but everyone loves this book. Some of their favorite book of like all time of the year. I want to be in that hype train too. So I bought it, but I had no idea it was this fucking enormous. Like, it's so long. It's almost, no, it's 700 pages. Like, but yeah, I'll try my best to read it soon because I actually really want to read it. But dude, this is so big. And I also think that it doesn't have an audiobook. So I will have to read it physically, which is going to just really delay me reading it. Then I finally got the Tensorflow series by Neil Young. This is a compendium of the 4 novellas. I thought there were only 3, but apparently there's a 4th one that's called the Ascent to Godhood. I'm very, very curious about this series. Like, I've heard very mixed things, but I'm just super excited about it, honestly. Like, it has something about it that just calls my name, and I just really want to read it. Some of my friends have read it already, and they have very much like enjoyed it in general, but I don't think like anyone has like truly loved it. So yeah, I'm just very excited. It's like a collection of 4 novellas. Then, because I love the first book, I got the sequel to the Monstromologist. This is The Curse of the Wendigo by Rick Yancey. This is actually a library copy that I got secondhand because getting this book new was fucking impossible. So I got it secondhand. I'm so excited to read this one. The first one is about a guy that is basically a monstromologist. I mean, he studies monsters. He has his apprentice, super dark, super gory, set on the time of Jack the Ripper. So good. I finally got a physical copy of this book. I talk about it in my 5-star releases, not releases, predictions, not releases, predictions. So this is another Spanish book. This is actually fantasy. This is El Arcano y el Jilguero by Ferran Varela. Ferran, sorry. But the thing is, apparently you're going to follow Methane. He's an Arcano. He's actually the Arcano of Torment, meaning that he just gets like, his thing is torturing people, okay? So he works for this king. Then he meets up this girl, this orphan called Nara, and I have a feeling that I really hope it's not going to turn into a romance, honestly, but apparently changes like his views on everything. So, I have a feeling that this could be fantastic, but yeah, it's been such a long time since I actually read like a SFF in Spanish, like originally written in Spanish. So yeah, I really cannot wait. I got it like yesterday and I already have it here. Like, it looks so good, but it's gigantic for some reason. Usually Spanish books are not this big, and if they're this big, they're hardbacks. So when I got it, I was just like, what is this? But yeah, I really want to read this one soon. So we're down to the last 3, and 2 of them are from the same series. This is Boys of War and Stones of Light, which is the sequel. I have already read Boys of War. Really liked it. Like, it was so good. I actually really surprised myself by how much I enjoyed this, but I still need to read the sequel, and the 3rd book is coming out this year, so I'll probably read it soon. I've heard that the sequel is even better than book 1. That's saying a lot. Like, the moment I finished this, because I listened to it as an audiobook, I bought this too. Like, I'm getting those. So yeah, I've heard that it's even better. I'm super excited. Especially set in this world where you have 2 types of wielders of magic, and this guy has this child, and she doesn't wield like any of these 2 types. She actually wields like a different one, so they have to, the whole family has to flee. It's a lot. The first book, it's a lot of setup, but the ending is super satisfying. I actually really like the beginning too. So yeah, I'm just super excited to read the sequel. And then the last book is City of Dusk by Tara Sim, which I've heard no one talk about this book. It came out very recently. It's a new release, came out in March. But the thing is, the tagline for this is dark fantasy, which I saw at the beginning of the summer, so I was like, okay, dark fantasy, I'm getting you. But this is like the 4 realms, life, death, light, and darkness, all converge on the City of Dusk, ruled by the 4 noble houses of Nexus. Basically, the gods decided to withdraw like their powers from this city. Now everything is at chaos. I don't know, but it sounds so fucking good. Like, this is giving me such good feelings. Just really want to read it ASAP. Like, the moment I got it was like, okay, calm down, chill. You're not reading it right now, you just got it. But yeah, I really want to read this one soon. I also got more, but I have already read them. For example, Winds of Strife, Manhunt. The ones that I have already read and review are not going to be in this list because it's just dumb as hell. Because it's already long enough. But yeah, those were basically all the books that I've acquired since June, I believe, last year. I've been doing great, honestly. Since that, I've read like more than 100 books. And I have only bought these ones, but I haven't read. I have bought more, like honestly I have bought more, but it doesn't matter. I've been doing great, honestly. I'm very proud of myself for not spending that much money on books lately. But have you read any of these books? Have you acquired any new books recently? If you have, just please let me know down in the comments below. But as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!